Here's a story coming from retaildive.com, Dan, and a lot as e-commerce grows, so does this world of returns, and it talks about if you want to, slow that down, really need to zero in on how to fix apparel sizing. So what are your thoughts here?
For sure. Apparel sizing is a challenge, and the number one reason for a return, in retail, all of retail, is fit. And speaking firsthand, sizing's the most challenging bridge to cross for retailers, especially those that are private labeling goods, or even better, manufacturing their own goods.
Right.
According to NRF, National Retail Federation, consumers returned about 428 billion.
With a B.
Almost $500 billion
with a
worth
T.
of merchandise. Yeah, with a T. $500 billion worth of merchandise last year.
Yeah.
Which really represents almost 11% of total retail sales. So here we are talking to our indie retailers, and I want you to ask yourself, what are my return rates? Are they more than 10 or 11%? Are they less? Where should my benchmark be? And then ask yourself, why are things being returned? If fit is one of those reasons, I can tell you that there's a way to curb that. And before that, I'm gonna tell you about this article, and it came from Retail Dive, and I should have mentioned that Karen Vembar is the author. Love this girl, sassy, a bit maybe lippy like me, really hammered hard on the apparel world and how even products from the same brand sizing changes from season to season. Well, that all goes back to manufacturing. So this is my gotta do, my tip. If you're an apparel retailer, when showcasing products, you've gotta describe the models. It's the number one mistake that retailers make when they're talking, to their audience. They're showcasing product and they're not describing the model that's wearing the product. We don't want to see still product shots. We want to see people inside the product, sitting on the sofa. I want to know how tall they are. It's 5'6", 130 pounds, wearing a medium, and this fits true to size. Tell people when they can size up or down. Hey, the fit is generous, so we recommend sizing down. Or, these are a little bit undersized, so we suggest sizing up, ladies.
Yep.
And sharing that piece in your story that ties it to the audience that's looking at it. If you're not a 250-pound guy, 5'9", you probably aren't in the same fit scale as I am. And so, showing me this tight little thin V-shaped dude, wearing a shirt doesn't make that shirt fit me. It doesn't give me that point of relevance. And I'll tell you that Michelle from Elle's Closet Boutique does an absolutely fabulous job of, defining sizing. I'm in my normal medium. I am this tall. I'm in my normal medium, and it fits very well. I've actually sized down in this. I'm not in my normal medium. So people can start to now make a correlation. And I'm going to tell you that every retailer we talk to, the returns come not because of style, or it's because of how it fits. It doesn't fit the way they want it to. It doesn't make them feel the way they anticipated.
Interesting. You when you look on the ad side of the business, you're trying to put the right content in front of the right audience, but you think when they come to you, to your store, think with that same hat on of let's make sure we're putting the right content in front of the right audience, and not, I know that's a challenge, and I know the steps involved to do that, but I think that's a bit of a challenge for everyone to take away and think a little bit about, okay, what might I do when we'll say big fella Rob shows up at my online store versus skinny Dave, and what might the experience be a little different on that front. Very cool.
And I think it's a miss for a lot of apparel retailers that they're not describing who's wearing it on in their online platforms, whether that's on their website or, in these great live videos that they're doing. And so many of them are doing really good work. And it's just a tiny miss that will, if in fact, perhaps create a return. And again, Rob, this is about you going back and analyzing data. What's my return rate? Where's my benchmark? Is it acceptable? Don't waste your time if you got a 3% return rate. Don't sweat it. Don't ignore it. But let's focus on bigger fish to fry in your business. And there are always things to improve. We've got to believe in this Kaizen approach to business.
Now, you had said, sorry if I was wrong, but this was about 11% of the full market that was coming back?
Full market, showed about 11% returns last year. Now, that's a big market, obviously.
Right.
Is 10% an acceptable return rate? Every store is going to have a different return rate and different reasons. And every time a return comes back, you need to know why. I can tell you, working hand in hand, with Candace at Twig and Berries, the number one reason for a return there is fit. And, products are coming from 5 or 7 different countries and every, 25 or 35 different vendors. And every vendor, has a different size scale. Even their own products have different size scales. The products that Candace is manufacturing, or the team over there at Twig and Berries manufacturing has different size scales. And you've got to sort of recognize that and be forthright with those sizes, those challenges. They happen vendor to vendor. I mean, our best vendors have weird sizing sometimes.
Yeah.